What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning into episode 9 of Project Renaissance Man. And what I'm going to talk about today is going to be protecting your personal time and making sure that you give yourself personal time. Personal time, especially in today's world, is extremely sacred. It's very hard to get your hands on. There are all kinds of things that are tearing away our personal time, from distractions through technology and those devices, and through obligations and social constructs such as employers, jobs and stuff like that. They really don't care about what you're doing on your off time. They just want you there. And so that's one of the other reasons is it's so extremely important to value this personal time and hoard that shit. It belongs to you. So with personal time is really one of the greatest and essential ways to actually start to develop yourself into a Renaissance man or Renaissance woman. You need it. And you need it because it's the only way you can have your focus, your time, and your energy and apply it to introspection and looking inward and seeing things that you want to change about yourself and coming to terms with things you're not happy with about yourself and identifying strengths that you want to acquire and those sorts of things. So, it cannot be understated how important personal time is. But what happens is we end up getting wrapped up with these things, whether they be video games on our mobile devices, or they be, and I'm guilty of that to an extent, because I've just played Bomberman about like maybe half an hour ago, but I don't let it take me over. So, just do things in moderation, but make sure you're making that personal time for yourself and really value it. That's the most important thing. If you don't value it, you're just going to give it to whoever and to whatever. And that's something you can't afford if you really want to work on your own development. So, make sure you're making time, cutting time out for yourself. Because like I said, you need to be able to sit down and look at things that you aspire to be and, how you can improve yourself. And these sorts of things are done through giving yourself some alone time, isolating yourself. I'm not saying cut yourself off from the world completely. There's, of course, a balance that should be struck between socialization, and I had covered that in a previous vlog, so you know how important that is. They're both extremely important, but I think that there's definitely a disproportionate, thing there when it comes to people socializing a lot and getting wrapped up in their devices or Netflix, or on their laptop more than they ever give themselves this personal time that they really need to help them develop themselves as people. So like what I was saying, people end up being stripped of these things, robbed of them, pillaged of personal time through technology and society. And when we go and we work a full 8-hour work day, sometimes we're too tired to want to even put in any work to think, to actually think and to ponder things and to become philosophical, which is extremely important. And so we end up just like kicking it to the curb and just continue to get caught up in this grind and do the same thing over and over again and never make this, give ourselves this personal time, not hold it sacred. And so I'm serious, you got to be ritualistic with this. You got to really give to it, almost like it's a god and you're its servant. Especially in today's world, there are distractions all over the place, and there's subliminal, sneaky motherfucking distractions too that you got to be careful of. They're all over, and they take the various forms. So I think I'm going to conclude this segment, but before I do, I want to issue you all a challenge, and this challenge is to basically, with hopes of getting you to become more comfortable with yourself and practicing this so that you can get to a point where you're okay with who you are, with yourself, and sitting down, being alone. And so what I would recommend, and this is the challenge I have for all of you, is go out and lone wolf it. Just go to a public place or a social event. It could be a cafe, a gym, a sports bar, or a party. Places that are typically places where you go with a group or with a friend, and just do it alone. And it's a great practice. It's a great exercise because it gets you used to being okay with being by yourself, not feeling weird like you need you need a wingman or you need a sidekick. Sometimes you got to go it alone, and this also gets you used to, making snap judgment decisions on your own, because you're not always going to have somebody to hold your hand. You're not always going to have a friend to back you up. There are a lot of times in life when we need to make our own decisions. So it's extremely important, and that's one of the qualities of a Renaissance man or a Renaissance woman is being able to make your own, formulate your own judgments and make your own decisions and embrace those decisions and own them. Be like, yes, this is the decision I had made, but I'm going to own it, whether it, for better or worse results. You got to own those decisions. But yeah, this is going to get you comfortable with all of that. So go out there and do, go stag and get that shit done. And I'm going to do the same thing. Any challenges I issue you guys, I do myself. So if you have any experiences that are extremely, interesting, through doing this challenge, please be sure to give me some feedback in the comment section down below. And if you feel this video has benefited you and you enjoyed it, please give me a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Peace.